Hi boys and girls, back again. Okay, so hopefully you got to see telling time and how to identify what time the clock is showing, because this is going to be our next step, okay? So after we know that we're looking at a clock and we are able to say what time it is, that's wonderful. We're able to know what time we need to be places or what time it is in case we have a certain amount of time before we need to go and do something else. So that's super important. Well, today we're going to talk about elapsed time. Elapsed time is the amount of time that has passed between different events. So maybe you woke up in the morning and you're like, oh, started your day, and then you went to brush your teeth. Before you got out of bed, you looked at your digital clock or your phone or your iPad or whatever was nearby, and you noticed it's 8:35. Okay, I'm waking up at 8:35. Then the first thing I do is I go to the restroom and then I go and brush my teeth. So I went to go brush my teeth for 5 minutes, and then I notice, oh, time has passed. Well, what time is it now? If I woke up at 8:35 and it took 5 minutes for me to brush my teeth, when I look back at the clock, it should be 8:40. 5 minutes is the amount of time that has passed between the time that I woke up and the time it took for me to brush my teeth. That's elapsed time. Okay, well, today we're going to talk about some different scenarios and why it's important to know how much time has passed in between things. Well, I know a lot of you all, probably just like me, have been watching Netflix or movies. Well, if you know you have to go do something at 5 o'clock and you start your movie at 4 o'clock and you notice, you know what, that movie's an hour and a half long. Well, you might not be able to watch that movie because you might not have enough time, and you need to be able to understand to do that. That's why it's important that we understand elapsed time, how much time has passed between events, or how much time will pass between events. Okay, so I have this problem here. It says, Jenna woke up at 8:05, so she woke up earlier than us. If Jenna and her mom spent 30 minutes making breakfast, who else is making breakfast at home? Same thinking. That's probably my favorite part about being home, being able to make breakfast every day. Well, if Jenna and her mom spent 30 minutes making breakfast, what time was breakfast ready? Okay, so when I'm trying to figure out what time it is now, I could do a couple of things. But the first thing that I want to start with is a strategy. My first strategy is to know, what is my start time? That's important to know. What is my elapsed time? And then what is my finish time? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the problem because this is a specific problem I'm thinking about. And I want to think, what information did it give me? Did it give me my start time? Did it give me my elapsed time? Did it give me my finish time? Because whichever one it didn't give me, that's the one I'm going to be looking for. So Jenna woke up at 8:05 a.m. That has to be our start time. Circle it. ST for start time. Sorry, capital T. So I'm going to go ahead and write down 8:05. And that's in the morning. AM stands for morning, PM stands for afternoon. So it's like when the first thing you do whenever you get up in the morning, that's AM. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Well, once it becomes 12, it becomes PM, and then that starts our afternoon. And then once it becomes 12 o'clock in the evening, it becomes AM again, so it starts over. If Jenna and her mom spent 30 minutes making breakfast, 30 minutes, well, that must be the amount of time that it took for them to make breakfast. So that wouldn't be our finish time. That would be our elapsed time, how much time it took for her to get from right when she woke up to then get to the end of making breakfast. So that's going to be our elapsed time. So we're going to go ahead and put ET for elapsed time. We're going to fill it in 30 minutes. Okay. If it took her 30 minutes to make breakfast, what time was breakfast ready? So they must mean, what is the finish time? So that's what we're looking for. Awesome. Okay, so now, I'm sure most of you all probably already have the answer, and that's wonderful, but I wanted to show you a couple of ways that you can actually represent your thinking, okay? So our start time, we're gonna use a number line. Why a number line? Because a number line kind of gives us an order of events, just like an order of time that things take place. So that's helpful for us. So my number line is gonna start here, and it's gonna start with our start time. I know that it took her 30 minutes. 30. Well, you know what I can do? I can jump by tens, and hopefully this is familiar to using the number line for you all. 10, 20, 30. And I'm gonna fill that in. Plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. 805 plus 10 would be 815. Plus 10, 15 plus 10 more, the only place value that's changing their tens, 825. Plus 10 more, 835. And if you were also thinking about maybe just doing 30 plus 5 equals 35, that works also. That's another strategy. This is just a helpful way to remind us that we're still within the hour. Because once we get past 60, remember we go to the next hour. It's not like we're just adding 10 more and we go 60 or plus 50, 60, 70. No, because there's not 70. We don't say 70 minutes or we don't say 60 minutes. We go into the next hour. So this is important and this is helpful to remind us that we're still in the same hour. It's still 8 o'clock. Okay, so Jenna's breakfast should be ready at 8:35. So our finish time and our answer is 8:35 a.m. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Please let your teachers know if this was or if there's any other extra questions that you have about elapsed time. Thanks so much.